Hi guys, I'm Pretty G here, and how is about everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. Anyway, Saturday, folks, and every Saturday I is a tradition for soup, but this one I have a different take on it today. It's on the lighter side, and folks, this is outside the culture, but if you like Chinese food or Asian food, and this is wonton soup, but I'm doing it with I find a recipe that I love with it, because most wonton soup you just maybe have bak chow and you wonton in this wonton soup consists of vegetable, and me, I love my vegetable. So this is we're using pork and shrimps, ground pork and shrimps, and folks, you buy your pork and you tender part of the pork, and you mince it up yourself, and you go to add that. So that's what I did. And also you wash it that way, you give it so you're able to wash your pork properly with some lime and stuff like that. And so this soup is gonna have some mushroom, some carrots for color, a little bit of celery, and wonton and bok chow. So this is this. So we started here, folks. We have about a pound of pork, and it's right here. And like I said, I bought it and I mince it myself. So because folks, I can't eat meat if it have a semblance of rawness to it. So that's just me. So basically, that's the pork right here, folks. And what we're gonna add some Chinese wine, some soya sauce. No, that's mushroom sauce, soya sauce, and we're gonna add some garlic, crushed garlic, and some crushed ginger to it. Because ginger is a must in a lot of dish, but especially in pork. So on this dish, the folks, you go by the tolerance of how much some people does not like garlic, and so you can admit what you don't like, but it won't give it the same flavor. Okay, and we're gonna add the green parts of the onion, about a quarter cup or so, and the rest we're gonna just leave for garnishing. The white part, yeah, so we're gonna leave the rest for garnishing. So you're gonna put about a half quarter cup of green onions inside there, and I also add a little bit of chopped onion. That's just me anyway, so I want it for me to have lots of flavor. Okay, and I'm gonna do some lemon black pepper, about a teaspoon or so. And this one, folks, it's gonna have a little bit of spice in it. And basically, so this recipe, I forget, it wasn't Chinese, it was, I think, Vietnamese. I've been using this for many years. And also you're gonna add a tablespoon of cornstarch, and that's gonna keep it together. Okay, and folks, you're just gonna get in and mix it all up, and then we get the wonton wrap ready. Okay, and then so just gonna marinate this for a bit. We don't use any eggs in this because we just put on some cornstarch and that's it. Yeah, so with all of this in there, folks, we're gonna leave this to marinate for a bit, and when we come back we start to make the wonton. And in the meantime, we're just gonna, for the broth, and the broth we're gonna use chicken stock, and I already have that ready already, folks. So and yeah, so we're just gonna leave this marinate for now. And folks, we're doing it spicy, so I dropped some jerk sauce seasoning in it because folks, we love the heat. That's one thing we have to. So we're gonna. So I put a bit of jerk seasoning in it, jerk sauce, or whichever way you want to call it. But it's gonna be a spicy, not too spicy, but it's gonna have some spice in it, folks. What pork without spice, right? And folks, the reason why we're using ground pork because that is the best. Basically that's stick to the recipe, and that's what is used in most Asian wonton soup, ground pork. And oh, I forgot, folks, and now we have some chopped gonna add some chopped shrimps to it, and the shrimps were washed properly and deveined, so we're gonna add the shrimps to it. And folks, if you're making this and it's a lot, you just freeze some, And I show you how to freeze it because you just don't want to freeze it together and thing. So I had the shrimps there to it, folks. I mean, have a few more chopped shrimps. So there's the shrimps and the pork together. It's gonna be, it's like awesome, folks. And you know, these will cook very easily because what I did also, I make sure once you add lemon to anything, it starts the cooking process. So that's what I use, lemon juice to wash the pork, the pork after I ground it, before I ground it up, because you know, folks, if you don't want to buy the ground meat in store, just buy it and do your own thing. That's what I did with the pork. I buy a piece of pork and I just wash it up and freeze it. When you're gonna ground it, better to freeze it. So when you put it in your meat grinder or your food processor or whatever. So folks, this is gonna relax for a bit now while we tend to the broth. And like I said, today is gonna be a little bit different soup. Yeah, and wonton soup, folks, is very popular, very, very popular. Let me get the stove going right now. So and also, folks, what we're gonna be doing, we're not gonna cook the wonton in the soup broth. Wonton is gonna be cooked separately, because what happens if you put the wonton in the soup broth, then you know all of that flour or whatever from the wrap gonna be in your soup, and you don't want that. So we're gonna put the wonton on separately. So that's it. So the pork now is gonna relax for a little bit till I start doing the wonton. And okay, so folks, what you need is this is, I think, 4 cups of chicken stock, and we're gonna add 4 cups of water to that. And you know, if you want to make from bones, you can also do it. Also, you can just get a box of chicken stock. This one I made myself. Okay, so that's 4. So that's 4 cups of water and 4 cups of chicken stock. I like to make my stuff from scratch, folks, so this is it, you know. And like I said, this is a slightly different variation from and folks, we're gonna add the white part, a couple of the white part of the green onions to it, and we're gonna add a few slices of ginger to it. Okay, and that pork gonna come to a boil, and we're gonna let that simmer for about maybe a half an hour to an hour. And this pot behind is the water with the that we're gonna do for the wonton. So we're gonna let that come to a boil right now, and then let it simmer for about an hour, close to an hour, to get all that flavor. So everything is in it right now. So we have the onions and these are for later on. The green onions and ginger, and a bit of garlic is also inside there. Okay, so we're gonna cover that and let that go come to a boil, and then we just let it simmer. Okay, and folks, we're gonna start doing our wonton. And you know, I buy the wonton wrap in the store. Okay, very beautiful soup, guys. Wonton. And you know what, when you go back to Chinese takeout, one of the must thing you must have there is your wonton soup, right? Yeah. I have a video up there that I did with a old Chinese, the spring roll, the fried rice, the one, and that was a while back, way back, if you could find it. Yeah, way back. Right now I'm just gonna get the package. I'm not gonna lie with you, we're using wonton wrap from the store, because you know, folks, that's easier. To do. And with the wonton wrap, you have to have a towel there to keep it covered. so it doesn't dry out. So, and I'm not doing any fancy wrap, guys. You know, it's gonna be easy. Let me just grab a fresh towel, a clean towel. And I'll just grab the wrap at the same time. And you can get your wonton wrap in any even in any grocery store these days. Not just Chinese store, but in any grocery store you could get your wonton wrap. Also in Chinese or Asian stores. So that's not a problem to have access to. So this is the wrap here, folks. I'm gonna get a bowl of water because you gotta wet wet it around the edge. And like I said, folks, nothing fancy here, you know. It's gonna be nice and easy. Not in. Oh. I have a little rag here that I'm gonna put over the wonton. Let's take it out. And this is the water here that I'm gonna be using, folks, to just wet it up. So that's the broth there. When it comes to a boil, I just lower the heat. And when you buy a wonton, folks, just keep it down below in the fridge. As long as it's not open, you can keep for a while. Okay. So this is my pork and shrimp right here. And I have the wonton here. Okay, I'm gonna leave this over this side, okay? So folks, let's see. Let's go. And these ones, this is a good brown, it should be. Pull them apart, that's what I'm doing right now, folks. Let's see. They're very thin, very, very thin. See, they're very thin and they stick together. And you're just gonna use one for each, just one. Because then you have a big thick thing going on. Let's take out a few. I'll show you how I do a few of them, folks. Then I'll do the rest and come back quickly. Okay. So, folks, you're going to use a teaspoon. A small teaspoon. And make sure you get a little bit of the shrimp and the pork in it. Okay. In each piece. And this is it right there. That's the amount you're going to be using. Okay. And then you're just gonna wet around the edges. Wet right around the. And like you said, you know the Chinese, they are awesome at how they can make them. You can make them in different ways. So you bring this part as close to you, and you're gonna bring this over, because the whole idea is you're gonna have it closed up. Okay. And folks, that's it right there. Just gonna close it up. Okay, so that's one down. Let me get a plate to stick them in. And you see it's boiling right now, folks. So I'm just gonna lower the heat and let it just simmer. See, the broth is boiling. I'm just gonna lower the heat and let it simmer for about an hour. So I'll do a few more, folks, and show you. And you can do them, like I said, in different style, okay? Another one, and you just wet your edges, just wet right around. I am no pro, folks. I'm just, I've made it one time a few times, and I said this is the version that I like the best because of the fact that, it has vegetable in the broth. And folks, you're just gonna go like that. So you just make sure it's sealed, because you don't want anything seep out once. Okay, that's it. And you just move on with the rest. I'll do one more. Okay, then I'll just quickly do the rest off and come back and start to boil, cook them. So this is it. So you don't overcrowd this, okay? No more than a teaspoon of the meat, the pork and the shrimps. Okay, if you put too much, it's gonna burst, and then that's won't be wonton. So make sure you just put a small 1 teaspoon, and that's it. And you just bring it over like that, all the edges like that. It's close. Okay, like that, and that's the wonton there. And like I said, you can do them in many different ways. And you grease the thing you're gonna put them on, folks, so they don't stick to the bottom. So folks, I'm gonna finish this wonton, and when I come back, we'll just take it from there. Okay, be back. Okay guys, I finished making the wonton, and for the broth, I'm just gonna take out the ginger, because we don't need this anymore. Ginger and the scallions. So right now, folks, we're gonna boil the wonton. We're gonna get the wonton going. So let's switch that to the front for now. And the wonton takes about 10-15 minutes to cook. And I'm gonna add a little bit of I like to use pink salt. If you want to use kosher, also that's a good salt to use. So I'm gonna put about a teaspoon of salt in there, and they're gonna cook for about, I think, 10-15 minutes max. I'll put a teaspoon of salt, and the water come to a boil. Okay, we're going to start adding in the wonton right now. And folks, don't overcrowd the pot with them, otherwise they will stick together, okay? So I did some in squares and some. And when you make them, put them in the plate, oil the plate or grease the plate a bit. And then, wonton, they don't have to be perfect, Try not to put them on top of each other like I just did, so they will stick. And even if you have a few little imperfect one, don't worry about it. Lower the heat on the broth right now, because once don't want any to stick in the pot. Want them to move around. And like I said, folks, if you have any leftover, when you're gonna freeze them, make a couple and put on a platter, put in the fridge, let it freeze, then you put it to the bag. Don't just put them all in the bag, otherwise they will stick. So you make about, get a something that will go in the freezer, and you make a few and you stick it in the freezer. And once those batch freezes, you then put them in a thing bag that you're gonna store them in, and they can keep for a while, long time if you are in the freezer. But don't put them in all together. Put a couple, freeze it, then take them out and stick them in the freezer bag. Same thing when you're doing any kind of fruits or stuff, folks. you do it that way, and this stuff won't stick together. So guys, the wonton is cooking right now. And I'm gonna switch again because I'm gonna start putting in the stuff around. So the wonton is cooking. And I'm gonna start putting in. Okay, I'm gonna let wonton cook. And we put in the stuff around. So folks, when we come back, the wonton will be ready, and we just add in everything. Okay, be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I'm gonna start adding in the carrots, celery, the rest of the garlic, and the wontons are ready, folks. And how you tell if your wonton is cooked, folks? Take it out, take out one and cut it, and if it's pink, you know it's not cooked, and you know, you put it back and let it cook. So they are ready. So that's the carrots and stuff going there. And I'm putting in my mushrooms. And the shrimp's gonna go in also. We're using about a few shrimps. Good. And we're gonna add some more soy sauce. No, that's mushroom. We're gonna add a little bit more soy sauce. About a teaspoon of soy sauce, a teaspoon of mushroom sauce. That's a teaspoon of soy. And also, folks, we're gonna add sesame oil, about a tablespoon of sesame seed oil, and that also bring up the flavor too. Tablespoon of sesame seed oil. And this, once the shrimps will cook, and the mushroom and the carrots give it a nice color. We just put a, and when you dice your carrots very thinly, folks, yeah, on a nice sort of julienne style. And this I'm just pouring off the water off the wonton. So I'm just gonna let all that veggie and everything just cook right now, folks. And this won't take very long. And you just do it for taste. See if it needs anything. If it has the right amount of salt. As you can see, this is, folks, it's no pumpkin or anything like that. The only color in it right now is just the carrots. Beautiful. The shrimps just bring out the flavor, folks. So we're just gonna let that come to a boil. Oh, folks, I forgot now. We're gonna let it boil up first, then we add the bok chow. Because bok chow, you want the bok chow to be still firm. So I give it about a couple minutes, then we'll add in the bok chow. And bok chow is so good in soup. You can do your bok chow soup, and you can use the bok chow in your chicken dish, or you can just steam your bok chow just like that in a nice garlic sauce. Yeah. And we're using baby bok chow, folks, the baby ones. That's what they normally use. We normally use in this kind of recipe. Baby bok chow. Once that come to a boil, and I just add the bok choy. I just want the shrimp to cook, and those just take a few minutes. See, they're pink right now. Yeah. I like to add a little bit of curly Italian pasta, parsley to mine. Yeah, that's a little bit, the curly ones, curly. Folks, if you smell how this thing smells, so nice. With all that seasoning. Oh, and also a little bit of Chinese wine. We had already put some in the pork, so about a tablespoon of Chinese wine. If you don't have that, you just put your ordinary white wine. Yeah. That brings out the flavor. There you go. So right now I'm gonna put in the bok choy, folks. And you put them in, just hold the same way. You don't cut them or anything. Just put them in like that. And you can put as many as you want, and I love a lot of bok choy. I did about two bundles. Small bundles, folks. Let me put it all in. And let these just cook a bit. And what you can do, you can also just add your wonton when you're serving, but I'm gonna put it to you get some of the flavor from all that broth. So once they're bok choy, I'm gonna give the bok choy cook a bit, cook, and then we just add all the so that's just cooking right now. The bok choy just cook right now, folks, and it doesn't need anything at this moment. And I always just taste for flavoring, folks. Wow, guys, the shrimps is just knocking it out of the the flavor from the shrimps, and I guess it's beautiful. So I'm just gonna close it 1 more minute, and another minute, 2 minutes, and then we'll just you'll be ready to serve. Let me just take out these and put these in the. I'm just gonna put them straight in there in a way, so. Wait about 2 more minutes or so, and as they say, you're good to go. Bubbling. And like I said, folks, this is just one of the way. Because the other way, when you see most wonton soup is just the wonton and your bok choy. But this one I saw and I love it because the whole idea of the adding the vegetable, some carrots and some, So this one I particularly love. Okay, oh, it's the mushroom, folks. I really, give it that flavor. So I'm just gonna add wonton to it right now. All the wonton. And like I said, folks, in the cooking process, sometimes the wonton, they don't end up like how you put them in. And you have to be an expert. Even the expert I see do it. And apologizing for some of the wonton didn't really hold up. Guys, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate all your support. And guys, please leave a comment. You may have to say what's up and a thumbs up. Okay, folks? Thanks. Please and thanks. And you know what? You leave a comment to let me know, what you think of what, if you like what I'm doing, some of the dishes or what. It doesn't have to, like I said, it's just to let me know. And, want to give me some ideas, stuff to cook. Because, you know what? I just don't limit myself to, West Indian dishes. I try other dishes. And like right now, this is an Asian dish, soup. And normally on a Saturday, I'll be doing a West Indian soup because, like I said, on Saturday back home, it's a tradition for us for soup. So every Saturday I try to do one. But this Saturday, we just thought, let me do a wonton soup. And folks, look at that. So right now, folks, this is basically done. This is done. As Mako say, the boat is done. They say some of them, the wonton fall apart in a few pieces, but overall they come out pretty good. And like I said, folks, it's the taste you're looking for. And you see on this soup, the emphasis is a nice broth, I'm gonna just turn this stove off right now. Guys, folks, this is done. This is done. Let me just give it a final taste. Guys, it is very beautiful. So I'm just gonna pour some wonton here, folks. A little bit of everything. You have a little shrimps in it and all of that. And as I say, the bok chow is beautiful. See, and the carrots give it a nice wonton. And right now, folks, we're just gonna put some green onions on it, and also put some inside there. Okay. So, folks, this is wonton soup. I hope you try it and have yourself a beautiful evening, guys. This is wonton soup right there. Okay. That's my take on wonton soup. And as I said, folks, I tasted and it's beautiful. Okay. Good. So guys, please like, share and subscribe to the channel and have yourself a wonderful evening. Okay. Peace.